I have had legitimate psychedelic states from meditation and from yoga, and the big one for me is the sensory deprivation tank. I've had them. I've had like full blown experiences in the sensory deprivation tank while sober, where if I could give you a pill that would get you to that place, you'd be like, oh my God, I'm on a drug. And I've come out of those psychedelic states, which I call psychedelic. I could tell someone I had a psychedelic experience, and I didn't take a drug. I had a psychedelic experience in the sensory deprivation tank, meditating and going through these deep breathing exercises. It's not a psychedelic experience like mushrooms or like dimethyltryptamine or
no, it's like you connect to something that's more beautiful and spiritual and a heightened sense of awareness. Very
heightened sense of awareness, but also a completely altered state of consciousness that I don't think you would ever imagine is available to you just naturally. But what I've had in these psychedelic experiences naturally is nothing in compared to what these Kundalini masters have. Kundalini masters, and I have a friend who has done this, who trained Kundalini yoga for many, many years, and learned how to get to a full-blown, like hallucinatory psychedelic experience where there's geometric patterns and you're connecting to entities. And the way he described it, he's done psychedelics and he's done Kundalini. He said it's
much better.
It's no. He said they're indiscernible. They're the same experience, exact same experience. Like you can get there. You can get there naturally. Yeah. Which makes sense because the human mind, the brain, produces psychedelic chemicals. They're endogenously produced, particularly dimethyltryptamine. It is a naturally produced psychedelic substance that your brain and your whole body creates. Your brain makes it. So whatever you're doing when you're getting hypnotized, there is something going on. And I mean, I think you could measure it in the brain as far as like fMRI or EEG or some sort of methodology where they would use equipment to measure your brain waves. They would find a difference in frequency. But I think more importantly than that, I believe there's an endogenous release of certain chemicals, whether it's like, here's another example. We just did, I've got a bunch of comics that are out of shape, and one of the things that I told them, I said, listen, come in with me. I'll take you to the gym. I'm not going to make you do anything that's going to brutalize you. I'm going to slowly get you guys in shape, and we've been doing it for the past few weeks now. But one of the things we do afterwards is the cold plunge. And so
that's the best.
It's amazing.
The cold plunge is amazing.
So my friend Shane Gillis, who did it, we did it yesterday.
It's amazing.
He got out of it. He's like, dude, I feel like I'm on Molly. I go, right. But you know why? Because your brain ramps up dopamine outside. When you get out of the cold plunge, you do 3 minutes. Your dopamine gets increased by 200%, and it lasts for hours. Hours and hours. So you feel like you are on a drug. And it is a drug that your body is producing. So you are in a psychedelic state after you get out of the cold plunge. And especially if you feel gratitude and you go into it with the right mindset and you leave it, you feel so beautiful. You feel so in tune with things. Yeah.
Do you do the sauna also? Like sauna to cold plunge?
Yeah, I do back and forth.
That's my favorite.
Yeah.
I used to do that at Rick Rubin's house because his sauna would get really, really hot.
Yeah, Rick Rubin and I, we talk about it all the time.
Yeah,
we both do
we
it.
do the cold plunge to the sauna, and it's amazing.
It's amazing. And it does give you a very bizarre, altered state of consciousness that is the exact same thing as a psychedelic experience.
But I feel like it also makes you tougher to the environment. You know, I think it's like there's a lot of things that it does.
Voluntary
adversity. It also sets your mindset. So like when somebody's going to go into the ocean and like, oh, it's too cold, you know that you can just go in.
Yes.
I think I used to do that as a kid subconsciously. I would wear a T-shirt all winter. And I would like, you know, when we moved to Jersey, we'd walk 1.5 miles or whatever it was in the freezing cold winter night. And there was a kid, my friend Matt, that used to always wear a T-shirt in the winter, and I thought that was so cool. Everybody else didn't really pay attention, but I would just start wearing T-shirts all winter, and I think that's in a weird way the beginning of like me understanding that you could fight the cold with your mind.
Yes.
And then when you went into the movie theater, you were perfect.
And you felt great.
Yeah.
When you're no longer cold, your body's like.
And I would never get sick, by the way. I'd never get sick.
Right. Because it really enhances
and everybody
your immune
that was
system.
all bundled up all the time, they were always getting sick.
Right.
But I don't understand
You're
it.
making your
but
body stronger.
I think so.
100%. 100%.